Mr. Zuckerberg, would you be comfortable sharing with us the name of the hotel you stayed in last night?
No.
If you've messaged anybody this week, would you share with us the names of the people you've messaged?
Senator, no, I would probably not choose to do that publicly here.
I think that may be what this is all about.
I searched for good pizza joints around my house. Went through a bunch of different options on Google, noted the names, shared them with my friends over WhatsApp, and turned in my Facebook feed to see what's up with the world. Guess what do I encounter? I see not one, not two, but 3 pizza joint ads on my Facebook feed. But how? I did not use Facebook to conduct my search. How does it know? How does Facebook know? Puzzled? Let's get straight into it. How does Facebook know I ate a pizza? Let's say that you go on Google and search for a product. You flip through various sites that give you different price ranges, types, and the whole 9 yards about every category of the product imaginable. Curiously, when you switch to Facebook, you notice something very peculiar. For some mysterious reason, your Facebook adverts are filled with that product. Now, these adverts might show up instantaneously or within a day or two, but you will end up seeing them. How is this possible? Is Facebook spying on you? In a way, yes. Welcome to the world of custom tailored internet advertisements. The first thing companies need to create custom tailored advertisements is information about you. There are 4 main kinds of data that provide great insights into tastes and preferences that can help make advertisements tailor-made. The first kind of data is clickstream data. It is customized advertisements. Clickstream refers to the record of web pages that you visited. This data is collected by using a tiny text file known as a cookie. Sounds familiar? Of course it does. To give some perspective on what cookies are, it's a text file sent by a website to your computer so it can track your movements within the site's page. The second kind of data that is viable for custom advertisements is search data. A 2011 Pew Internet Survey showed that 92% of adults on the internet use the services of search engine giants such as Yahoo and Google. These search giants saw that advertising was a profitable avenue, given the amount of data they were able to collect on such a massive scale. Search engines can analyze search terms and user habits to place targeted advertisements alongside natural search results. They often allow companies to pay them for a higher position among the search results for particular keywords. That is why when you search for sleeping bags, larger corridor companies often appear first, while advertisements for sleeping bags will soon line the margins of the page. The last 2 valuable types of data are purchase data and profile data. Purchase data is predominantly used by companies like Amazon, which usually recommend new purchases that are similar to the purchases you've made in the past. That is because online stores often use cookies or user registration to keep track of what you buy and even what you put in your cart and later abandon to personalize your shopping experience. Profile data is usually connected when you create a profile on a social media platform like Facebook or Instagram. In these websites, as a user, you often voluntarily provide crucial data such as age, interests, favorite movies, and a plethora of other data that gives companies an accurate description of your taste. Now, companies use a particular method known as IP targeting. IP targeting is a way to deliver an online display of advertisements to a specific consumer they choose without the use of cookies. Every Wi-Fi network you connect to has an IP address assigned to it, a numeric code that helps that network communicate with the internet. With programmatic IP targeting, you can deliver your online display advertising to all devices connected to a given network, provided you have its IP address. But is that all? On paper, yes. Technically and ethically, that is how Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp fetches information about your recent activity, interest, etc. But there is an unethical side to it, the side that is known as data theft. An internet Facebook email accidentally sent to Belgium-based Data News on 8th April 2021 revealed its strategy for dealing with the leaking of account details from 533 million users. It suggests the social network expected more such incidents and was planning to frame it as an industry problem that was a normal occurrence. Facebook said that the data was old from a previously reported leak in 2019. It has denied any wrongdoing, saying that the data was scraped from publicly available information on the site. But it now faces a probe from the Irish Data Commissioner about whether it broke the GDPR rules and mass legal action from affected EU citizens who had a range of personal data leaked, including phone numbers that were later used for personalized marketing calls. The email published by Data News is dated 8th April, several days after the story broke. It said press coverage on the issue from top-tier global publication had already declined by 30%. Cambridge Analytica, another instance that does not fail to appear every time we discuss the data security offered by Facebook. Wondering what it is? Let me give you a recap. In the 2010s, personal data belonging to millions of Facebook users was collected without their consent by the British consulting firm Cambridge Analytica, predominantly to be used for political advertising. The data was collected through an app called This Is Your Digital Life, developed by data scientist Alexander Kogan and his company Global Science Research in 2013. The app consisted of a series of questions to build a psychological profile of all the users. It collected personal data of the Facebook users and their friends via Facebook's Open Graph platform. The app harvested the data from up to 87 million Facebook profiles. Cambridge Analytica used the data to provide analytical assistance for the then presidential campaigns of Ted Cruz and Donald Trump in 2016. Cambridge Analytica was also widely accused of interfering with the Brexit referendum, although the official investigations recognized that the company was not involved beyond some initial inquiries and that no significant breaches took place. Information about the data misuse was disclosed in 2018 by Christopher Weil, a former Cambridge Analytica employee, in the interviews with The Guardian and The New York Times. In response, Facebook apologized for their role in the data harvesting, and their CEO Mark Zuckerberg testified in front of Congress. In July 2019, it was announced that Facebook was to be fined $5 billion by the Federal Trade Commission due to its privacy violations. In October 2019, Facebook agreed to pay a €5 million fine to the UK Information Commissioner's Office for exposing the data of its users to a serious risk of harm. In May 2018, Cambridge Analytica filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. That is quite a riches to rags situation, I'd say. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg first apologized for the situation with Cambridge Analytica on CNN, calling it an issue and a mistake and a breach of trust.
We didn't take a broad enough view of our responsibility, and that was a big mistake. And it was my mistake, and I'm sorry.
So, how do these mistakes cost us? Simple. They influence. From the data being used for target marketing to using it for framing political, social, and cultural campaigns, social media sites are directly extracting information and cashing direct and indirect profits from the same. So what do? Well, to stay away from the harm and probable chaos, the simplest thing to do is to keep off of sites vulnerable to safety guidelines. Think twice before filling in your information on random quizzes and forms. Keep clearing your browser cache and stay alert with accepting cookies. Facebook might know that you're about to eat a pizza or looking for the latest denim jacket, but it is up to you to prevent it from knowing information that is sensitive and not supposed to be shared. And while you prevent your confidential information from being shared, don't forget to share our video, like it, drop your comments and subscribe to our channel. Stay curious, stay awesome. Until we meet next, World of Vox signing off.